Something no other house has is what I'm about to show you.
I'm Sara Gore and welcome to Open House NYC. We've got a great show this week and I am bringing it all to you from this impressive bespoke 5-bedroom apartment on the Upper East Side. Grand in scale yet intimate in design, this home features well-defined living areas with an effortless flow for easy entertaining. From the foyer, you enter into this massive great room where you can lounge, dine, or even cook in style. Floor-to-ceiling windows throughout flood the place with natural light and also frame impressive city views that will wow you and your guests alike. Oh, and check out this corner primary suite, a tranquil oasis that will definitely make you feel like you've arrived. We are starting things off at this duplex penthouse in the heart of Tribeca. Located atop a landmark cast iron building, this home has been completely reimagined for today's luxury living and open air enjoyment, day or night. Let's go in for a closer look.
This is the penthouse sitting atop 53 White Street, a stunning restoration of a landmark cast iron building in Tribeca. Hi, I'm Callie, Sarkash of Compass. There's lots to see in this space, and I'd love to give you a tour. Come along. This home is a brand new addition to the 1857 building. It's a duplex penthouse spanning over 5,000 square feet with nearly 3,000 square feet of outdoor space. The entire upper floor of the penthouse consists of this stunning living room, a kitchen, dining room, media room and lounge, and 2 outdoor spaces. In fact, virtually every room in this home has an outdoor space, including this stunning custom kitchen. Clad in statuary marble, white integrated cabinetry, and high-end appliances, this is where you and your guests will spend a lot of your time. And it's an easy commute to the living room. I love this room. It has superb dimensions, this beautiful Venetian plaster fireplace, this entire wall of glass. Come lounge with me. You're surrounded by iconic New York architecture. To the south, your Freedom Tower and the so-called Jenga Tower. And to the north, well, come and see. Oh, I should mention that when it comes to mealtime, you have 2 options. Dine inside around this great table, or al fresco on your Tuscan terrace. Imagine setting this table up for a feast with friends and being arm's length with this stunning architecture and spectacular views. But there's more to see inside. Rounding up the upper floor is this intimate lounge with a second fireplace and this unique angled window showcasing the view to the north. Now let's go check out downstairs. The lower floor of the penthouse houses 3 bedrooms, a home office, and this beautiful primary suite. This serene space has lovely southern light, a substantial walk-in closet, and the perfect home spa. But I've saved the best for last. And this is the jewel in the crown, a literal outdoor living room with a fireplace, a full kitchen, and a sun deck with its own shower. And the crescendo is the 360-degree views of this magnificent city. I'm delighted to have given you a tour of the penthouse at 53 White Street. Until the next time.
When we come back, this interior designer shows off the restoration of her own LA home. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in the Mount Washington section of Los Angeles with interior designer Tamarra Younis. See how she lovingly restored her 1940s home into a calm yet chic ode to a life of travel, fashion, and all the other things that inspire her. Take a look.
Hello and welcome to my little oasis in Mount Washington. My name is Tamarra Younis. I'm the founder of Union of Art, an interior design firm based here in Los Angeles. This is my 1940s house I bought about 6 years ago, and I have slowly restored her back to life. Now let me show you inside my house. As we step through, this is my living, kitchen, dining area. I really wanted to make it an open space, bring in the light and make it super airy. I actually got this piece of art from a local artist called Courtney Arwen and then created this little world around it. I am half English and I'm half Iraqi, and in the Middle East it's very traditional to also sit on the floor, and I really wanted to bring that element into my living space. And a lot of people have nicknamed my house my jewelry box, and these are most definitely one of those pieces. I like to call these my earrings, and I kept my kitchen very, very simple, but I really wanted to just highlight the lighting. And then moving along here, these are vintage chairs, and I had this custom dining table made just to really embrace Marrakesh in the 70s. This is a little taste of it. In my seating area, I really wanted to make it cozy and light and airy with creams and blushes. And you'll notice actually throughout the house, I've kept the same color palette because I do think it's important that one room flows to the next. I used to be in fashion for many years, and I used to have to go to Japan. And on one of my treasure hunts, I found this beauty, and she's just a wonderful reminder of all my good times in fashion. So this is my bedroom, and these are actually old Syrian wardrobe doors. And then I created the bed around it. Either side you can see these really large lanterns that I wanted to hang tall to give the illusion of height. I did put this very large mirror so that it can make the space look bigger and reflect the light, but there's so much more to show you outside. So this is my outdoor deck, my staycation, my little place to have a glass of wine, enjoy the view. I wanted this to be a little more of a modern Marrakesh version. These are actually IKEA daybeds that I just covered in Tamarra fabric and put some fabulous pillows on them. And this little piece over here is a hand-painted table from Morocco. But this isn't where it ends. There's so much more to show you downstairs. So this is my garden. I wanted a little space for everybody, from the fire pit to the little nook to a little romantic moment underneath the curtains. But lastly, welcome to my 1968 vintage Airstream trailer. She's actually called the Empress, and I have nicknamed her Jojo after my mum. I did think it was important for my out-of-town guests to have a really comfy queen-size bed. The kitchen is all original, little seating area that does convert into 2 beds, and there is a full bathroom beyond there. So that ends the tour of my house and Jojo. Thank you so much for coming.
When we come back, we are at this architectural marvel in Tribeca. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're with Dean Maltz of Shigeruban Architects. Dean shows us one of the more unique properties in the city. This penthouse duplex seamlessly built atop a landmarked cast iron building in Tribeca. Check out how the architecture maximized open, expansive living spaces inside and out. And as an agent at Sirhan, I have seen this one for myself, and I can tell you it is very impressive.
Hi, I'm Dean Maltz, partner of Shigeruban Architects here in New York City. Welcome to the Cast Iron House in the heart of Tribeca. The cast iron house was originally built in 1882. It's on the National Registry of Historic Places. It's a standalone New York City landmark. It's one of the great examples of cast iron architecture in New York City and perhaps around the world. Let's head to the penthouse. This 3,800 square foot duplex was actually added to the top of the original cast iron structure. Here we are in the foyer. From the moment you step off the elevator, you feel a sense of calm, as if you've entered into another world far away from New York City. Just listen. Could you hear the sense of calm? It's so quiet. It's almost like you've been swept away to a tropical island. We at Shigeru strive for a world-class architecture that is innovative, sustainable, and solves problems. So one of the problems here was to create a two-story addition when landmark buildings usually allow only one story. We solved that by setting the addition back from the facade, thereby creating an illusion of a one-story addition. But here in the living room, you really get the sense of scale and volume of a two-story home. But what is particularly unique is that there are no columns to interrupt your view. That is made possible by this Verneville truss that is cantilevered from the back of the building. Architectural innovation is one thing, but how does the living room really feel? I can tell you, no matter where you sit, it's comfortable, bright, and of course, airy. And to open these sliding glass doors on a summer day is an experience like none other. And the 1,500 square foot terrace wraps around the north and east side of the apartment, becoming an extension of the interior living spaces, where you could lounge or dine under the New York City sky. Trust me, there's plenty of room to entertain on the grandest of scales. We designed this kitchen to be minimal, not to distract you from the views and the beautiful furnishings throughout the rest of the apartment. But because it's open and continuous to the rest of the space, it had to have a continuity of style. The design of the kitchen has a palette of off-whites with lacquer cabinets, marble countertop, and a frosted glass backsplash. Here's our signature style cabinets with no hardware. It has a single pull that allows you to open a drawer and open a door. No hardware makes for a cleaner, streamlined look. As you come upstairs past the spare bedrooms, you are drawn into the primary suite by the natural light. What's amazing about this space is that you could lie in bed and enjoy the same views that you had from the living room space. These sliding glass doors allow for privacy and transparency. It's a continuity of the design language of the sliding doors downstairs. But when it's open, it gives you the ability to look down and greet your guests. It's also an homage to the traditional Tribeca loft. There's plenty of storage up here, as you could see. And the curved corners facilitate an easy flow from the bedroom to the dressing room to the bathroom. And finally, to warm things up in the bedroom, we used oak on the floors. This is definitely one of the most unique bedrooms we've ever designed. And unique architecture is something we always strive for. This project was a fantastic opportunity to add a new landmark on an existing landmark and to contribute to the architectural language of this amazing city. Thank you for coming.
Don't go anywhere, because just after the break, we are at this stunning estate in Pasadena. Welcome back, everyone. While we consider each home that we feature special in its own way, rare is the place that has as much as our next property. Spanning well over 32,000 square feet across its two main structures, this property combines the best of classic architecture and design with ultra-modern amenities you won't see anywhere else. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Ernie Carswell of Douglas Elliman Beverly Hills, and welcome to Knoll House. Knoll House is a splendid example of American classicism architecture in its original form from the early 1900s. You're going to see quite a few things that you won't see anywhere else. Where better to start than in this beautiful entryway. Speaking of American classicism, as this grand entry foyer shows, it's right down to the details like these beautiful federal style sconces. You can find them here, or you can go to the White House for those that were made by the same artisan. The classical black and white flooring is just leading to the formal dining room. I think I'll take you there. The size of this dining room is quite comfortable. It can dine up to 14 seated guests. Something very detailed that's worth mentioning, the hand-painted wallpaper panels that are applied here are still protected by a glass covering, so they will never fade. The sunlight in this kitchen floods in from 5 different windows, facing east, so morning sunshine just washes across all the cooking surfaces, making for a good start to the day. It's beautifully equipped with multiple ovens, multiple dishwashers, and 2 full-size islands. So extending from that wonderful kitchen area is this very cozy, casual living space. Altogether, this is what I call heart of the home. Follow me to the pub. A pub is a place where everyone is welcome. Take notice of the beautiful beam ceilings and the details of these wood panel walls and the rondelle windows that really date from Elizabethan times where they were first seen in architecture. What an authentic place to belly up to the bar, right to your favorite drinks. If you happen to overindulge, you just go upstairs to the bedroom and have a nice rest. This bedroom suite, we've got a choice of 2 bath suites. The one to my right is dark with starbursts on the floor. The one to my left, crisp like linen. Freshly showered, now you have the option of using this beautiful sleeping chamber for an elevated experience. But something no other house has is what I'm about to show you. We're gonna descend into the tunnel that's gonna take us to our own museum and gallery. This is the only house in the United States that has its own museum on premises. You come to the 3-story atrium, 22,000 square feet. And there are display areas all around on each floor for artists, sculpture, whatever you collect. The artist we're currently featuring is California artist Matt Locke. After a full review of art, where else to go but our own tiki bar? This room has a name. It's called the El Caribe. If you could be with me here now, you would hear the waterfall, you would feel the twinkling lights, and you would feel this thatched roof as you order your favorite tequila from the bar. What's your pleasure, right? Thank you for joining me for this tour in the heart of Pasadena. Till next time.
Just after the break, we are in Brooklyn with these partners in life and architecture. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in Boerum Hill, Brooklyn with the architecture duo Amal Andraus and Dan Wood. They show off this ingeniously designed triplex that manages to be both stylish and sustainable. Take a look.
This is Amal Andraus.
This is Dan Wood. We are principals of Work AC, a New York-based architecture and design firm. For us, architecture is life, is everything. We often disagree, but we long time ago agreed to
keep working through something. If one person's unhappy, we will not let go until both people are happy.
we'll just keep working until we agree.
I agree. Before we got here, this apartment was really a warren of smaller spaces, which were only connected in the smallest possible overlap.
While the challenge was openness in a space that was incredibly complex, the other challenge is that the client really liked dark colors and materials, and so the challenge of using a darker palette with, being able to bounce light became sort of a very interesting constraint. When you walk in, you don't see the space immediately. And then as soon as you cross the entrance threshold, you see this vertical element, which is the stair, very kind of curvy. But this space was really intended to be the living floor, a completely open kitchen, dining, living, and then a study, sort of small office. And so how to organize everything around the vertical stair became really the project. And so we used materials and surfaces to organize the space. The kitchen wall in particular actually has a really interesting story.
Yeah, the kitchen itself was conceived of as a wall, and that was a real collaboration with the client who had this idea of a linear kitchen without an island. And so we really wanted to mark it with a special material. And we found this really interesting reclaimed wood that comes from a pine forest that was decimated by a certain type of beetle. So they had to take out all the trees in the forest, but what they found is that in the process of eating this pine, I guess, the beetle had turned it kind of blue.
It was important, though, that the entire back wall of the kitchen be white to reflect the light coming from the windows and create a kind of dialogue between the two. And then in the back, the brick wall really kind of declares the living area.
It was really great opportunity for us to design our first custom fireplace, which really kind of anchors the space at the back wall.
It was interesting for us to think about what is a sort of contemporary fireplace. It's sort of minimal but makes a statement, and the cut was a way to just reveal the fire and give it shape without complexity somehow.
The client's bedroom is underground. They really loved that kind of sense of being ensconced away from everything else in this very cozy space. So we really amped up the coziness.
Even though the ceiling is a little bit low and we really are bringing the light from above, there was a sense of wanting to think about these grand bedrooms where the bed is, framed, and we designed this very simple arch, and the bed is recessed in the arch. There's a beautiful wallpaper. It's really a place of, retreat from the city and from the noise, and I think being below street level really helps the sense of, entering into your cave a little bit. What we love to think about as architects when we design somebody else's home is taking
Give this video a thumbs up and let us know which of these gorgeous homes featured in this episode was your favorite. So many to choose from. Which will you pick?